Hello and welcome to HW Straight Drive with me Anil Rajpurohit and our sports editor Mahesh Koti. The IPL has come to the business end of the tournament and already two teams have qualified for the playoffs. But the main question which has arrived is the unavailability of the foreign players like David Warner, Ben Stokes. So Mahesh, do you think the unavailability of these players would affect the IPL in the business end of the tournament?
One team that will really miss the international players definitely is going to be SRH, because both their openers, David Warner and John Bairstow, were in terrific form. They scored a lot of runs. So with the absence of these two, they're really going to struggle. Most teams have international players who will start going out of the country because they have to represent their countries for the World Cup. But the team that's going to get severely affected is the Sunrisers of Hyderbad.
But do you think with the latest form of Manish Pandey at number 3, do you think he would replace the performance of David Warner?
See, Manish Pandey being promoted from number 5, number 6 to number 3 was a very, very good move. But how much he will be able to contribute at number 3, or if he's asked to bat at number 1 or number 2, I wouldn't know. But I think Sunrisers of Hyderabad will really struggle because they won't have the services of their top 2 batsmen.
Let's discuss about the top 2 teams, Delhi Capitals and Chennai Super Kings. Let's talk about Chennai Super Kings first. They played 2 matches without Dhoni and they lost both. Do you think the unavailability of Dhoni in these matches would affect Chennai Super Kings?
You know, what an irony. If you see Dhoni, about 6 months back, there were a lot of people who said that Dhoni should be dropped from the Indian team. People also questioned whether he should be taken into the World Cup squad as well. 6 months down the line, Dhoni has proved that he is not only a good batsman, great wicket keeper, but also he's got one of the best cricketing brains. When he plays for India, Virat Kohli is heavily dependent on him, because Virat in the last overs just goes to the boundary to field, and it's Dhoni who actually sets the field, controls the game completely, speaks to the spinners all the time. The same thing, now he's the captain of Chennai Super Kings and he's led them beautifully. He's batted very well also. Remember that match in which he had to score 26 runs, he got there, almost there. So Dhoni has been in tremendous form as a batsman, and because of his fantastic cricket brain, I think he is somebody that the Chennai Super Kings really misses when he does not play.
Do you also think that the performance of Suresh Raina and Ambati Rayudu is affecting the Chennai Super Kings performance? Because in the absence of Dhoni, the shoulders are on Suresh Raina and he's not performing that well.
See, Suresh Raina was a big hit during all the previous IPL. But off late, Suresh Raina does not play that much of cricket. When, like what we've said in our earlier shows, when somebody does not play active cricket for almost 6, 8, 10, 12 months, the timing gets affected. He's not able to strike the ball the way he used to. Raina used to be a very attractive player.
He's known as Mr. I will never missed an IPL game.
Correct. And now just see, he struggles, his timings are not good. He plays 1 or 2 brilliant shots, but he is hot and cold, you know. Sometimes he looks good, but he's not able to convert. So that's as far as Raina is concerned. And Raina, I think, has given up his hope of playing for India. Rayudu, I think he had a great chance to be in the World Cup squad. Unfortunately, they didn't pick him. And I think mentally, he is not, in that zone. Where otherwise, I think he's a far better player than what he has performed in this IPL.
Let's talk about Delhi Capitals. They have reached for the first time in the playoffs, second time. Do you think the guidance from the bench, especially by Ricky Ponting and Saurav Ganguly, is helping the team to prosper?
No doubt. See, Delhi is a very young team. If you look at the top 4, they're all 4 Indian batsmen. So they're a very young team, except for Shikhar Dhawan. I think the remaining 3 are very young. Now they have a very young captain also in Shreyas Iyer. When they lost one of the matches that they had to win against Punjab, when they lost 7 wickets by scoring just 8 runs, I think they were quite demoralized. It's the mentors in the bench that made a lot of difference. Ricky Ponting is a World Cup winner. He knows how to win big matches. Saurav Ganguly was a revelation for India. So these guys have actually inspired, and now Delhi looks to be a team to beat. I mean, they seem to be getting all their bases covered. They high level of confidence in all their players. Suddenly, they seem to be playing very well. Even they are going to struggle because Rabada is going to go back.
He's a top bowler for them.
Correct. And then Morris is also going to go back. So they're also going to struggle. There's no doubt about that. But till now, they have been the most attractive team, and that's why they're table toppers.
Do you think with the performance of Shreyas Iyer, he should have been picked up for the World Cup squad?
I think the team management and the selectors had made it very clear that the IPL performance is not going to be the reason why a player would be taken or not. Because in that case, I don't think Karthik would have made it. Shreyas Iyer has been given opportunities in the past, but Unfortunately, last time when he was picked up in Australia, he was not given a chance to play. He's a fantastic talent. I think we need to nurture him better. He was even asked to captain Mumbai in the Ranji Trophy tournament, but he refused. But he accepted the IPL offer. So anyway, I think his priorities are very clear there. But Shreyas Iyer is a very good player, and I think if proper encouragement is given to him, I think he'll be a good player.
Now let's talk about a team which looked good at the earlier stage, lost 7 matches in a row, and now is again trying to reach the playoff squad. We are talking about the KKR. Do you think it's overly dependent on the performance of Andre Russell?
Oh, no doubt about that. Andre Russell is the one-man army of KKR. He takes them to victory from the jaws of defeat, and he's not done it once, but he's done it n number of times. So if a team is dependent on just one player, it's always going to be difficult for them to play and win a tournament. Remember, the IPL is a 1.5 month tournament. A lot of matches are played, 14 matches, there's a lot of matches. So you can never win with one player. You need a team, you need 4 or 5 players to always contribute towards a victory. I think KKR has sorely missed that. They're heavily dependent on Andre Russell, and every time he bails them out. But now he's also going to go back. Now it will be very interesting to see what will KKR do.
Do you think here Andre Russell's shoes could be replaced by Shubman Gill with his performance?
See, Shubman Gill is a young player, and I like the idea of sending him as an opener. Because Sunil Narine would come and score 20-25 runs and get out, but this guy can bat long. He's a supremely talented player. And in the last match also, he matched Chris Lynn shot for shot. So it's a good thing that they're encouraging him as an opener, because India will always be blessed with somebody like Shubman Gill if he's there in the long term. But whether he'll get a chance to play in the immediate future for India is questionable, because our white ball cricket team is actually packed very well. But Shubman Gill has been a real source of inspiration for the KKR.
Let's talk about the Indian players who will be playing in this World Cup squad. Dinesh Karthik and Hardik Pandya, both in the recent matches have scored 90 plus score. Do you think it's a good sign for India?
See, look at the other players. Now, Kedar Jadhav has been completely out of form. Rohit Sharma
in and
has
out.
been in and out. Shikhar Dhawan, same. Virat Kohli has played some brilliant innings, but he's not been that consistent. So that does not augur well too much for India. Hardik Pandya is the only player who has been playing brilliantly. He's been scoring runs, he's been taking wickets, brilliant fielding. So he along with Dhoni are the 2 players who have actually played very well through the tournament. But come the World Cup, I'm sure players like Rohit Sharma, Virat Kohli, Bhuvneshwar Kumar, Mohammad Shami, Jasprit Bumrah, they'll all stand out, because the World Cup is that kind of a tournament where everybody likes to perform, and the big guns would definitely go ahead and do it.
And what about DK's performance in the recent matches? Do you think there's a change in the team which is helping him?
See, Dinesh Karthik should now be very relaxed, because he's been taken for the World Cup, okay? So he should be relaxed. I think he's stressed when he plays for the KKR, because he comes at a time when he doesn't know whether he needs to attack or defend. See, he should be given 3-4 overs and should be allowed to play free cricket. Remember, cricket is a mind game, okay? If you're relaxed in your mind, you'll more often than not perform. In Dinesh Karthik's state, I think that he was a little confused whether he's going to be taken into the World Cup. So he didn't know what way to play his game. Now I think he should play carefree cricket.
And now the 2 teams already been decided for the playoffs. Whom do you think will be the last 2 teams to make it to the playoffs?
See, something tells me that Mumbai will make it, Mumbai Indians, because they just need another victory and they should be done, and they're going to play at home. So that is definitely an advantage for them. They're playing RCB, I think, at home. So yeah, that should not be too much of an issue. The 4th team, I would think that it would be the Sunrisers, but it will be a very, very difficult thing for them, because their Indian players will have to rise up to the occasion. Otherwise, because if Rashid Khan also goes back, then they don't have good bowlers as well. So it could be, the 3rd team would be in all probability Mumbai Indians, and I would want to believe that the Sunrisers Hyderbad would be the 4th team.
Hope the Indian players rise up to the occasion and lead their team to the playoff stage. Till then, it's goodbye from all of us.
Now be the first to know about the latest updates on our new news app. Go on your Android or iOS, search for HW News Network. Download our app, choose the language you prefer to get updates in, and be up to date with the latest news.